family and friends. Welcome back to the Cooper Garage and a little motorcycle talk here. You remember back in school when you had those assignments, those composition assignments, dreaded them. Compare and contrast. Well, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do it in the motorcycle world. Don't have much time to do it because Cream de Menthe has been sold. She's going to leave the Shea Cooper here tomorrow morning, probably, and wanted to take advantage while I had the time to go over some of the similarities and the differences between the two machines. When I first bought the Kawi, I gave a little talk and shared it with all of you about why I selected that particular machine. And I must say, it's been everything I thought it would be. It's absolutely been a pleasure to own it, and it performed as expected and brought me back into the two-wheeled world, reintroduced me to the balance and the act and art, if you will, of riding with all of our mounted friends, plus our four-wheel drive friends called cagers in the motorcycle world. Means you're in a cage. And now it's time to move along. So what we're going to do, I invite you to join me as we compare and contrast. Essentially, we have two machines for different purposes, built to a different standard in that regard. This is a Kawasaki Ninja 650 ABS anti-lock brake system. And it is a faired machine. It has that beautiful lime green, which is a Kawasaki color, fairing along the side to streamline it and allow it to come through the wind, and this windshield, which cuts some of the wind down that hits the rider. But it's a 650cc parallel twin, about somewhere between 69 and 72 horsepower, depending on which periodical you read or refer to, and designed so that the torque is available from a relatively low RPM and to be very user-friendly. And it is. It has been. It's a wonderful starting bike, but it has enough power and it still has the handling edge so that you can enjoy some of the I'll say sporting aspects of motorcycle riding, and done admirably to suit that end purpose. 460 pounds wet, which in two-wheeled world means loaded with gas and oil and configured so that you can jump on it and start it up and drive it away. The parallel twin is in a framework that is lower in the chassis, which promotes that sporting side of things. Built and assembled in Malaysia. Japan's a high-cost labor country. Malaysia is one of their places of resource to do the assembly work. Designed, engineered in Japan, assembled, tested, and exported from the country of Malaysia. The machine, as we'll do in a few moments, I'll pick up the camera and we'll go around and do a little tour. It's built with a cost purpose and an audience in mind. That's not to say that corners are cut, but the materials that are used in the design are such as to meet a price point and meet an expectation level of their audience. The rake, that is the axle angle here, is 25 degrees, wheelbase 55 inches, and that's designed to give it a nice long wheelbase and make it a very stable platform from which to go about your motorcycle riding pleasures. Compare and contrast. Okay, on this side we have the new machine. This one's staying in the garage. Welcome. This is an MV Agusta Brutale 800. 650 cc's, parallel twin, 800 cc's, 3-piston, tre pistone, as it's so beautifully wrought there on the back of the seat fairing, and 125 horsepower as compared to 70-ish, and a wet weight of around 400 pounds as compared to 460 pounds. That's quite a difference, and quite a performance edge, that 125 horsepower. Also a quick shifter, so that shifting up, you don't have to use the clutch. The machine, which is, this machine is essentially a computer on two wheels. The machine actually does the clutching and does the gas modulation as you shift up through the gears. There's also riding modes on this machine. There are not on this machine. This is set to go, no adjustable suspension, and one mode, if you will, of operation. This has 3 regular riding modes: rain, normal, and sport, and then one custom. 8 levels of traction control, multiple levels of ABS, and believe me, I've already gotten lost in the menus, but you can tailor the ride and tailor the machine's response to suit your particular skill set, or, if you will, even how you feel that day. So, compare and contrast. Very different levels of materials and componentry used. This is built in Italy, designed in Italy, exported from Italy. MV stands for Meccanica Vergara, which is the factory in the town of Vergara where MV were founded. I believe the province is Varese, Italy. We'll have to check that in the fact checking afterwards. Carrying on with the compare and contrast, very lightweight machine, and built to a much different price level, approximately twice the user price for this machine as to this machine. They both have their beauties, and they both have their ultimate uses, and I'm very lucky, obviously very lucky, to have had the opportunity to have both of them. But let me pick you up, carry you along with me now, and let's take a nice close look at some of the components that we have here. So don't want to jostle you. Let me know if I hurt you. Front brake discs on the Kawasaki, ABS, anti-lock brakes. Pedal discs, they actually notch out a little bit there for the loss or lower unsprung weight. The calibration notches for the anti-lock braking system. I mentioned the fairing. It's beautifully done, really. It absolutely is beautifully done. And it's part of the streamlining that goes on. My own installed aftermarket handles, I think they're pretty, but then you think all the stuff that you do is generally pretty. Ninja, that's the marketing name that they've assigned to it. Gear shift on this side. You hook your toe under that and go through the gears. Dual-sided swing arm, a welded steel construction. 160 millimeter wide rear tire. Brake on this side. Blacked out, generally black. More of a no frills approach, more fabrication as opposed to casting and the like. The keychain made by my granddaughter Stella, pretty cool, huh? Matches the bike colors. Dash instrument display, combination of analog for the tachometer at 10,500 RPM, and the digital. This is an aftermarket gear position indicator I installed right there. So you have, I won't call it a basic machine because it certainly isn't that, but there you have a machine built to a level and absolutely operates as a great beginner bike. Now we come over here to the Brutale. Why? Because they tell us it's a Brutale. 55 inches of wheelbase on the Kawasaki, 54 here, 24 degrees of rake, so a little steeper on the front axle, which means that it is an absolute blast to turn into corners. It handles very, very well going into those corners. The frame is exposed here. It's a beautiful piece of steel lattice work. You can get a sense for how light it's going to be by the fact that there's nothing beyond that, and the motor and transmission themselves are stressed part of the chassis. Here's the quick shift mechanism. Here's where your toe goes. for that quick shift portion. MV Agusta, oops, hope that didn't hurt. MV Agusta 800 Brutale, very sculpted looking. That tray pistone, 3-piston. You can see in details like the foot peg, how machined that is. Single-sided swing arm of aluminum, saves weight. Adjustable suspension down in there. I'm not sure you'll get a great view of it. The 3 exhaust pipes, again, tray pistone. Brake on this side. Foot peg. You'll note the MV into the casting here. And abounding in little details, MV Agusta laser etched into the handlebars. Instrumentation and display, all digital all the time. This is the 21st century. You get a built-in gear indicator and a very lively display. Tells you the riding mode that you're in, tells you what level of ABS control and traction control, and oh, incidentally, how fast you're going and how fast the engine is revving. One of the neat little technical aspects about this is it has what's called a counter-rotating crankshaft, which is supposed to help you corner better. That's science. We don't argue with science. So class, compare and contrast. There you have it. Couple of gorgeous machines. Very lucky fellow to have been able to ride these for a while. The ABS on the Agusta. Anti-lock braking system. Brembo brakes, legendary among us gearheads for how well they work. The ABS calibration notches, bigger brakes than are what's on the Kawi. And little details like this kickstand of cast aluminum with the MV Agusta on the side of it. Compared to the fabrication of the steel one on our little Kawi. Okay, that's it. Hope you liked the little tour, and I promise you we'll go for a ride on this thing. We'll do that together. Hope you look forward to it like I do. And cream de menthe, been nice seeing you. Go to a good place. 2014 Kawasaki Ninja EX650 ABS, cold start. (2014) MV Agusta Brutale 800 cold start.